Good morning. Buenos dias. Happy Women's Rodeo Championship Women's Wednesday. Hi,
Happy
girl.
Women's Wednesday, ladies. 3 weeks in a row, Lindsay. We got a track record going here.
It's like live with Regis and Kelly. I didn't age myself at all, but different. We have a special guest today. Yay. And we're so thankful that he's here because we've had so many questions about what's going on with the Kimes Million Breakaway and Women's Rodeo Championship and the side pot that we're having with the challengers. And then Oklahoma's Richest is coming up. Legit, 3 weeks? But our special guest today is Chris Neal. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks, Sammy Joe. Glad to be
Uh,
here.
I got to give a shout out to Chris because since day one, pretty much, of WCRA starting and the growth of women's and tiering, CN Productions puts on incredible events, 4 events a year now, Chris.
Yes.
And he adopted the tiering, has challenger ropings for women's. All in all, every Chris Neal production event, and I'm tooting your horn, but is incredibly well done. He's got a great team of people, and we're just proud to be a partner with you, Chris. So thanks for all your support.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have somebody with your clout and your the amount of events that you put on to adapt to the classification system that we have with women's, and we're super thankful for that. But with that, let's talk all things breakaway and let's talk about Oklahoma's Richest since it's first and everything that's happening with Oklahoma's Richest. With Oklahoma's Richest and the Kimes Million Breakaway happening there October 18th through the 20th. Let's break down a little bit kind of the whole weekend for CN Productions and everything that you guys have going on there.
Okay, perfect. So first, just a broad overview of Oklahoma's Richest. That includes all of our youth events, which are DY qualifier series events. We have $1,500 added in each youth event, from 10 and under all the way to 19 under, tie down and breakaway. So there's $13,500 added money in just the youth events alone at Oklahoma's Richest.
So if people remember, this was the same Oklahoma's Richest that you've always had in November, right?
No, that's Stars in November.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. That's Rising Stars. That's moving to Scottsdale.
Okay.
With the $1 Million Breakaway. So this Oklahoma's Richest started in 2020. So this is the newest event.
Okay. So this is Oklahoma's Richest that you've always had.
Yes.
Okay. And so the format is the same for all of you ladies that he's always had at his ropings. Mm-hmm. The 19 and under breakaway.
Yes, and the Open Ladies Breakaway, and we have a Challenger Breakaway that is its own event. It's not just a side pot with the Open. We have an Open and a Challenger on Sunday on October the 20th.
Okay. To get the qualifier series spot, ladies, for Women's Rodeo Championship in May, you have to enter the side pot for that Challenger and the Open Breakaway in Oklahoma's Richest. And that is what's going to get you your qualifier series spot for Oklahoma's Richest for Women's Rodeo Championship in May. Okay? So everybody understands that.
So Chris has an awesome website, you guys, cnproductions.com/Oklahoma's Richest. And just like what you were breaking down here, Chris, right? Friday, October 18th. Let me just zoom in a little bit more on this screen and you guys can see. So there's 3 arenas that you're going to be running.
Yeah, so we'll have 3 arenas going on all weekend, all 3 days. The $1 Million Breakaway, one thing we need to just start off with and clarify, the $1 Million Breakaway first chance qualifier that's happening at Oklahoma's Richest, Lazy 18th through the 20th, to qualify to Scottsdale. It is its own separate event. It's its own qualifier. So you will rope 1 calf per day there. It is in the Reliance Arena, in the covered arena, Reliance Arena, right out back doors of the Lazy E. Everyone will rope 1 calf on Friday, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. We will advance 20 ladies each day, 20 from each go around, and 20 from the 3-head aggregate. So it's a total of 80 that will advance to Scottsdale, plus our challengers. And we'll get into that in a little bit. So that roping is separate from our open ladies breakaway, Oklahoma's Richest, that will be inside on Sunday with 5,000 added, minimum 5,000 added. If we max out our entries, we'll add 10,000. We will double the added money. It's 80% payback.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So then you'll see here Saturday's jam-packed with more ropings. Like Chris just said, the second round of the $1 million. And then Sunday is kind of what you've always called the ladies' day, right, Chris?
Yeah.
With the open breakaway, the challenger breakaway, and that third round of the $1 million breakaway will all be on that Sunday, correct?
And our 19 and under youth breakaway, that's ladies only. So we have a lot of breakaway on Sunday with our 19 and under should have over 100 in it. And then our third round of the $1 million qualifier, plus the open ladies, plus the challenger. So Sunday is a huge day.
Huge day.
Absolutely. So, okay. Enter the breakaway roping on Next Gen. Enter the side pots for not only the challenger and the open for the QS spot for Women's Rodeo World Championship, but to enter the challenger shootout for the $1 million breakaway, you have to enter that side pot on Next Gen as well. So all of these things are simultaneously happening at the Lazy E, the 18th through the 20th. If you're a breakaway roper, it doesn't matter if you're 10 and under or you're in your vintage years. Like fine wine, we only get better, right? You can be there, and there's an avenue for you, at Oklahoma's Richest and at Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway. Everybody is welcome, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is awesome. I mean,
yeah. So Lindsay, really quick, I think let's just look at it, right? Because sometimes the best way to learn is to see it yourself. So I just logged into my Next Gen account. I went into enter. You see Oklahoma's Richest is listed here. So if you click into Oklahoma's Richest, this is where you guys can enter every single one of those ropings that Chris just talked about. I'm going to, because I would be probably a limited breakaway roper, I'm going to scroll down here and I would start by entering the challenger breakaway. And then I'm not set up. That's embarrassing. So we're just going to knock this out really quick. And then.
And you see there's also $2,000 added money in just the challenger roping. As well, when you clicked on that.
Yep.
I mean, there's 1,500 in the 10 and under. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. Let me just take this off really quick here.
Here's Sammy Joe. We can go to mine. If I know how to share.
So, Chris, I guess while we pull this up, talk to us about every stop for the $1 million breakaway. So if I'm brand new and I don't understand, there's all these different ropings, how break down exactly how the $1 million works.
That is very simple. This first chance qualifier at Lazy E, October the 18th through the 20th. And then the last chance qualifier in Scottsdale, November the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving. Those are your two qualifiers. Plus, we will have a buyback round there in Scottsdale as well on the 27th on Wednesday, the day before we start our semifinals. So you're either advancing from the first chance qualifier, the last chance qualifier, the buyback round, or you're the top 10 ladies in the world standings as of the end of the year here in a couple of weeks, or maybe just a week now. Gosh, it's almost
October. A week. It's crazy.
So those 10 ladies will advance to the $1 million breakaway. But then the great thing about it is we're taking 15 qualifiers that are going to join those top 10 for a total of 25 ladies that will run at that 10-round finals for a guaranteed $1 million payout.
And the go rounds for the 10 round, they pay like $30,000 or
$25,000 to
25,000.
pay all 10 rounds. $60,000 average, I think.
Mm-hmm. And how many monies do you pay down in those rounds?
We're paying 6 monies
In the
straight.
rounds. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
then
82,500 paid out in all 10 rounds. 82,500 per round, so that's 825,000, and then 175,000 paid out in the average. So it's a smooth $1 million.
so fantastic. I love it. It's
So
such a great opportunity.
Yeah, and on that note, let's just dive into how it works for the challengers, because this is a question we're getting a lot of. Okay, so in the first qualifier in Guthrie, I'm going to pay that $500 entry fee. So you see it here. Everybody that's entering the $1 million qualifier October 18th through the 20th in Guthrie will pay that $500 entry fee. You're entered for that payout that Chris just broke down, right? You're roping, you could be in the top 20 advancing to the semifinals, but then you're also have the opportunity to go into next gen, purchase that $150 side pot package. And now if you're if you're the highest placing challenger in each round, or you're the top 2 from the aggregate, you will earn a guaranteed challenger spot into the semifinals of the $1 Million Breakaway. We won't drop down if a challenger places in the open. So at most, we'll take 5 challenger spots to the semifinals. Then for those that go to the last chance qualifier in Scottsdale, November 27th, you pay the $500 entry fee. You're roping for that payout, but then we'll also take 5 challengers out of the last chance qualifier. There'll be a buyback round, and we'll take the highest placing challenger out of the buyback round. So 6 of you then, so long as you entered that side pot package in next gen, advance to the semifinals.
Question.
Now, yep.
Professor. If I enter the side pot, does that nominate the Kimes Ranch Breakaway?
Yeah, really good question. So every side pot entry includes a nomination for the open, a nomination for the side pot, as well as you're eligible for that challenger advancement into the semifinals. So yeah, every time you enter the side pot packages, that covers you to earn points in the open as well as in the side pot. And
Awesome.
We do have in total, it's $25,000 being added for the challenger payout. So 5,000 goes into the qualifier, 10,000 into the last chance, and then another 10,000, I believe, into the showcase. Right, Chris? Did I mess that up?
You did.
Okay. So then here's what's really cool. When we get to the semifinals, Chris's team has qualified everyone in competing in the semis. We've brought 5 challengers from the Oklahoma, or the first qualifier that happened in Guthrie. We bring in 6 from the last chance in the buyback. But any challenger eligible athlete competing in the semifinals can now go and purchase the semifinals challenger package, which again is another $150. And when you purchase that, we'll take the top 2 challengers from each round and the top 4 from the aggregate, and that's who gets to compete in the challenger showcase that happens between round 1 and 2 of the $1 Million finals on November 28th. So,
okay, question, Professor.
Yep.
Are the side pot packages paying out?
Yes. Yeah. And that's where we have added money plus $40 of your $150 entry fee goes into a pot to pay out for every single one of those entries. So there is a lot of money between
a nomination and payout. Pretty cool. Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but on that payout up there, I want to point out the first chance qualifier and the last chance qualifier, that $500 entry fee that you've talked about, both of those are 70% payback just for those qualifier jackpots. Had that brought to my attention yesterday. Amy Wilson texted me and she's like, "What's the payout at that qualifier in Oklahoma at Lazy?" I said 70%. And she said 70% in Oklahoma, just at the jack. And I was like, yes, correct. And I was like, oh, does she think that's not enough? I was like, maybe, because we normally pay back 75 to 80% at all my events.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I figured that was all that money was going to $1 Million Breakaway in Scottsdale, is how y'all were coming up with this money, and you were going to get. So she was totally amazed that was so awesome that we're paying 70% back just at this jackpot and 70% back at the last chance. So there's going to be $300,000 or $400,000 paid out just at these qualifiers before the $1 million. So we're not holding out a ton of money at these qualifiers to pay the $1 million out. Just so you know, that's thanks to Kimes Ranch.
That's awesome.
And our other participating sponsors.
So
and the semifinals too, right? 70% payback of that $750 entry fee as well. So it may sound like a lot in entry fees, but ultimately 70% payback for the open. Like Lindsay said, we've got added money in those side pot packages, plus $40 of your $150 gets paid back out as well. We did have a question. If I'm a limited breakaway roper, how am I eligible for the challenger? And so what we've done is we're just creating a challenger side pot package. So if you are a limited roper, enter the challenger side pot package. The points you earn will go on the limited leaderboard with you, but you'll still be eligible to win the money and potentially an advancement spot into the challenger showcase. The only thing we did mention, and this is a rule for all qualifier series, if a limited athlete comes out and wins a challenger roping, you will be promoted to challenger. But still, a lot of money to be won, and we want everyone, whether you're limited, challenger, pro, there is an opportunity for all of you at this event. So really excited. So back to our next gen entries, because I did get myself all set up here. Let's go ahead and just look at what it does look like to enter the event. Let's see. Everybody can, nope, that's not the right screen. 1 second here.
Sammy Joe's the techie person in this relationship, obviously, because I know how to pull it up, but I don't know how to share it.
But Samo Smith is entering this roping. So we've got Freckles and the Challenger Breakaway. So once you get your entry for whichever roping, whether it's the open or the Challenger, you'll see that then there's these side pot packages you can add during your time of entry. So I'm going to, because I'm a limited roper, go ahead and click that limited. If I were a challenger, I would click the challenger. And let's just back up here so you can see it. If you're entering the open, we only have one side pot package for the open. Whether you're limited, challenger, or pro, you can enter this side pot to be eligible for the qualifier series. So our goal for Oklahoma's Richest is to take one qualifier series spot out of the open, and that could go to the highest placing person that nominated this side pot package, as well as out of the challenger, we'll take 2 spots for the challenger and limited. But you have to enter these side pot packages in order to be eligible for the qualifier series spot out of Oklahoma's Richest. Now we're going to back up here and look at Kimes Ranch. So you can enter the Kimes Ranch in Next Gen as well. You click Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway, go into the event. You're going to just enter that $500 entry fee. And then to be eligible for, like what we talked about, the side pot package, you must enter the challenger and I didn't realize they had the limited on here. We'll combine those, but it is only the Challenger side pot package to be eligible to advance. And then if you're a pro, we're going to pay out a pro side pot package. And like Lindsay said, you get that nomination for the open, nomination for the side pot. So you can enter this as a pro as well to be eligible for that side pot payout and nominations.
And that nomination is for Fort Worth for the finals, correct?
That is for the W25 segment, which is for the 2025 Women's Rodeo World Championship. So if you're brand new here, we have announced our 2025 dates. The Women's Rodeo World Championship will be May 12th through the 14th in Cowtown Coliseum in Fort Worth, May 17th in AT&T Stadium. To qualify for the finals, there's 3 ways. The first way is by nominating and earning points on our leaderboard. As of April 13th, we'll take the top 20 pros and challengers out of the barrel racing, breakaway roping, and team roping leaderboards. We're brand new. We opened the limited leaderboard, and we're going to take the top 50 barrel racers and breakaway ropers as of April 13th, 2025. And now we have a goat tying showcase. So we're also going to take the top 20 from our goat tying leaderboard into the finals. And that's NIRA college girls. We hope you're nominating, making yourself eligible for that as well. But a lot of money, a lot of opportunities. And again, Chris, we're just really grateful that you guys and Kimes have stepped up and are doing this for the breakaway ropers.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So if you haven't nominated, you don't know where you're at on the leaderboard within your classification, just give us a call and we can get that figured out for you. Ladies 13 and older, right there, support at WRWC.rodeo, ladies 13 and over. So, if you're going to Oklahoma's Richest and you think that Women's Rodeo World Championship May 12th through the 17th is something that you want to go to, there's so many great events that are happening. Go ahead and nominate and enter those side pots and throw your name in the hat, because that's all you can do, because you can accumulate so many points, at Oklahoma's Richest and the Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway, that those points will probably get you in the top 20 right there. And especially in the limited, in the top 50 in the limited is what we're going to take to the finals. So for sure, if you have any questions, hit us up in the comments. Chris, what other questions have you been getting about Oklahoma's Richest, Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway, how everything's kind of harmoniously going to work together? What other questions have you had that, some of these ladies watching might have?
The only things I know is just, of course, entry deadline is coming up next Tuesday, October the 1st. That's the pre-entry deadline on Next Gen. You can enter past that, but it is a $50 late fee from October the 2nd through the 15th. And then Next Gen will be turned off on the 15th, and it'll be on-site entries only accepted at that time. And it is a $100 late fee if you walk up and enter on site. So we're going to leave the book open on Next Gen all the way up till 2 days prior to the event. So that's the main thing, is get those pre-entries in by next Tuesday, October the 1st. You have till midnight that night for pre-entries and no late fees.
Yeah, save some money.
Yeah, for sure. Save the money. Yeah.
And on that note, Chris, really quick, for the side pot package entries, those will stay open until the event starts. So just a reminder, if you you've entered the roping, but you forgot to do the side pot packages, you can go in there and they'll be open till it starts. Yep.
Yes. And they just have to do that before we start the first round, correct?
Before the first round. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And you have to have a WRWC card to enter those. So if you have not bought your card, go ahead and get in there and get your card bought on Next Gen as well.
Yes. Yeah. The only other thing that I would think is just that there is 2 open ladies ropings at Oklahoma's Richest. The Kimes $1 Million Breakaway qualifier, Oklahoma's Richest Open Ladies Breakaway. 2 separate events. You have to go to the Kimes $1 Million Breakaway on Next Gen and enter that to qualify for Scottsdale to advance to the semifinals. Oklahoma's Richest, 5,000 guaranteed added money is our normal open ladies breakaway. Will also be with our challenger and our 19 under all on Sunday, just like it has been in the past, inside the Lazy Eagle.
Fantastic.
And I don't know if we went over how you are a challenger, Lindsay. Did we go over that yet?
Probably not.
What makes you a challenger?
I don't know if we talked about it today. We've talked about it a lot, but I don't know if we've talked about it necessarily today. So I'm sure you have a graphic for that, Sammy Joe. And what makes you a challenger? If you have won less than $10,000 annually, so you only go to a few jackpots or amateur rodeos or open rodeos or, rodeos a year. So you win less than $10,000 annually, and you've won less than 30,000 in lifetime earnings. We have an amazing accumulation of classifications for everybody as we look across the board, across the country on money that's won, and really put it onto this database that we have. So we look at $10,000 annually, 30,000 lifetime earnings. That's what makes you a challenger. Sammy Joe, what makes you a limited?
Yeah, if you're a limited athlete, we are looking at, I need to refresh because now here we go. You need to have less than $5,000 in lifetime earnings and less than $3,000 in annual earnings to be a limited athlete. And so, like Lindsay said, you buy your card. The first nomination that you put in, our team reaches out to you to verify what leaderboard we have you on, and you have 2 weeks to verify or dispute that. So, any questions, again, I'm going to drop our information here. You can reach out to the team. We also have this awesome breakdown that just shows one more time for the $1 million. You'll see here the first stop is that the first qualifier in Oklahoma. And again, like Chris said, there's Oklahoma's Richest, that's the qualifier series, and there's the Kimes Ranch $1 million qualifier. So we don't want to get those confused. I know this graphic says Oklahoma's Richest, but it is the Kimes Ranch qualifier, separate from Oklahoma's Richest roping. So do not get those confused.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll take 5 challengers again out of the first qualifier for Kimes Ranch in Guthrie, the 18th through the 20th. Then November 27th will be the last chance qualifier, including the buyback round. We take those 6 challengers. Then we have the semifinals. Any challenger that's qualified in the semifinals can enter that side pot package, and we will take the top 2 from the rounds and 4 from the aggregate into that challenger showcase. And if you're watching and maybe your horse isn't ready or you're not, I'm telling you guys to go to these events and watch these ropings too. It is going to be some fast times, really good competition. But you got a little time. It's only September 25th. Go start riding your horses, getting legged up, and we hope to see everyone out there and take this opportunity.
So all the ladies that advance into our Challenger Shootout during the Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway, it's happening after round 1. The ladies can be qualified to both ropings, but this is the payout, guaranteed Challenger Shootout payout. There's $10,000 right there. Just for making it, you're going to get $750, which that's going to cover your fees for that semifinals right there, just for being in that Challenger Shootout. So pretty cool opportunity. We're super excited to be part of this, inaugural event for Kimes Ranch $1 Million Breakaway and having a chance to really showcase, the Challenger ladies. But like I said, you can be in the $1 Million Breakaway and in the Challenger Shootout. So hopefully, all of these ladies, more than likely, in my opinion, probably will be. But we're super excited to be able to have that showcase. Chris, you guys are airing on Fox, I believe.
Yes, Fox Sports. We are on FS2 live Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and then we have a 1-hour highlight show on Sunday, the day after, on FS1 at noon.
That's fantastic. Pretty cool to to see an event that's just breakaway roping, just female competitors be able to be on Fox Sports. So that's kudos to you guys and everybody with your team to set that up, because that's pretty awesome for the ladies to have that chance.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to put these ladies on that kind of platform and that stage, and to bring them to that many homes, and to get them paid this type of money. It's definitely life changing. So we're super excited for the first one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And side note, we have facility locked down for next year, so it is definitely happening 2025 as well. We have done that, and also we might as well go ahead and announce it right here. For those who's watching, I'm going to go ahead and put it out here quick. There is a press release coming soon, and it is added to the website already. But we are going to have a first chance qualifier for the Kimes Ranch 2025 $1 Million Breakaway on Sunday, December the 1st, right there in Scottsdale, while everybody is there.
Yeah.
After the $1 Million finishes on Saturday night.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. You heard it here first, ladies. Women's Wednesday. I love that. That's awesome. That's so cool. If everybody's there, are you making turkey dinner? We didn't talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not making it. You don't want me to make it, but we are having it. So yes, Kimes is catering in a traditional Thanksgiving meal on Thursday. And matter of fact, you'll be able to buy that on Next Gen when you do your entries. So if you're entering Rising Stars on my youth events, which open October 1st, and then the $1 Million Breakaway Last Chance and semifinals opens October 21st on Monday morning, the day after Oklahoma's Richest. So we know who has already qualified for Scottsdale. So you'll be able to purchase Thanksgiving meal tickets on both of those places on Next Gen. So
that's awesome.
And talk about the festival too, Chris, because there's concerts that are going to be had and all kinds of festivities, right?
Yes, we have concerts every night. We have a special on Wednesday night. It's just for our finalists and our back number ceremony. It's a private type of concert, intimate setting on Wednesday night, just for contestants only. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, with your ticket to the $1 Million Breakaway, also gets you into the concert. And so we have 3 great entertainers Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And a trade show, lots of shopping, trade show. So we're going to have a lot of things going on. It's going to be great.
It is going to be great. And if you're driving to Vegas, you just come a little bit early and celebrate, the breakaway roping, and then go straight to the breakaway NFR, right into the NFR, and hit some of those big ropings that they're having in Scottsdale. Seems like the place to be for sure.
Yeah, it's only 4.5 hours from Scottsdale to Las Vegas. It's right on the way. We don't finish until Sunday, December the 1st with Rising Stars and with the new first chance qualifier. Mm-hmm. So everyone will pretty much leave there on Monday and drive up to Vegas, which everyone, breakaway finals at South Point starts Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. So being there for that. And then NFR, of course, kicks off Thursday night, and our American Hat Watch Party kicks off Thursday night at the Plaza. So everyone's got to be in town for whether they're going for Junior World Finals or breakaway or whatever back number ceremony starts. So you're pretty much going to have to be there on Monday, Tuesday anyway, even if you're coming from Texas or Oklahoma or wherever. So you're just going to be that much closer leaving on and coming through Scottsdale.
Absolutely.
So I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be great for everyone that's traveling that direction. And it's going to bring a lot of new opportunity for California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, all that western coast out there, bringing some new stuff out there. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like you said, it's crazy what that last, week of November, Thanksgiving week, like all the way through pretty much almost to Christmas, everybody's busy and gone and traveling anyways. And this seems like there's not a bigger opportunity for breakaway ropers than what you and Kimes Ranch have done with the $1 Million Breakaway. And then, your production team, CN Productions, producing Oklahoma's Richest, and then Rising Stars, and all of these things, all to fit everybody's mold. I mean, that's pretty special, and we're just glad to be part of it. And thanks for joining us this morning on Women's Rodeo Championship Women's Wednesday. And we hope that this answered some looming questions, because I know that everybody, they have to make decisions on where they're going to spend their money and where they're going to go and how they're going to get their scheduling figured out. And there's been a lot of questions that kind of have come from Oklahoma's Richest, Kimes Ranch, the QS spots for Women's Rodeo Championship. So we hope that we answered some of those questions for everybody today, and we're just excited because there's a cool chance, and I think everybody should be in Scottsdale and Oklahoma the 18th through the 20th, and then Scottsdale after that. And wow, it's pretty neat.
All right.
For the women, lots of great opportunities. It just continues to grow. So thank you guys for doing what you do every week and all year long. And great to partner with you. And I know, that was one of the things too that Kimes said from the beginning, that they got several calls on, local people, friends of theirs, all that. How can we be a part of $1 Million Breakaway? So to have a challenger or a limited and those different levels to be able to compete and be a part of this $1 Million Breakaway, you guys are the ones that help step up and make that happen and partner with us. And so we're definitely proud of that, and we appreciate it. So it's going to be a good team effort. Thank you.
For sure.
All right. Well, have a great Wednesday, everybody. And maybe we'll see you next week, Lindsay.
Yeah, hopefully.